And what I'm about to tell you is going to literally change your life. And I know this for a fact because it changed mine.
Woke up falling due to like this morning, but I think I'll be okay.
We've covered the diet, we've covered the workout plan, and now it's time to get into my favorite part, the routines. We're going to be specifically talking about having a nighttime routine and having a morning routine, because if we're trying to become that girl, then we need to prioritize time for us. And this is not just about following a nighttime routine and a morning routine because it's trendy and your favorite TikTok influencers are doing it. This is about making time for you and checking in on how you're doing. I used to be that person where my alarm would go off, I would hit snooze until literally the last minute, or I would just spend my entire morning sitting on TikTok scrolling my phone until it was like literally last minute and I had to get up and get rushed out the door. And same thing with my evenings. I was starting my day from a very chaotic, energetic state, and when I would come home from my day, instead of doing anything to actually like stop and check in on how I was doing, I would instead just kind of numb how I was feeling by watching Netflix, again scrolling TikTok, Instagram, and staying up on my phone until 11 p.m. at night, trying to go to bed. At that point, I would never be tired enough to actually fall asleep, so I would fall asleep around like 1 a.m. and then trying to wake up early and doing it all over again. And let me tell you, living like that was fucking miserable. It was not fun. I was constantly burnt out. I was constantly upset. And it's almost just like you're so irritable all the time. Like the littlest things would just make me pissed off. You know, you'd be driving to work and someone cuts you off and immediately you lay on the horn, you're swearing. I'd have people texting me and I would be so frustrated because I just needed a moment to do my thing. And even when I began working for myself, that feeling got even worse. First thing I would do is I would wake up, immediately I would go on my phone, start answering clients, start answering my team. And the best way I could describe it is it felt like I had a million ropes on me and I was being pulled every which way. It was not a fun time, okay? If you knew me even like a year ago, you know that I was just so on edge all the time and so anxious and stressed. I would constantly have breakdowns where I would just cry. And what I'm about to tell you is going to literally change your life. And I know this for a fact because it changed mine. And that was implementing a morning and nighttime routine. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to run through what my current nighttime routine looks like, and then I'm going to tell you how you can structure your own. The importance of having these routines is having that time for you to check in on how you're doing, to make sure that you're going into your day in the best mental state as possible and coming out of your day in the best mental state as possible. What I want to do is I want to help you guys create a nighttime routine first, and we're going to create these routines and implement them over the next couple days before we roll the morning routine video, and then we're going to create the morning routine. Like I said, we're going to be gradually stacking our habits here, so I want to start with nighttime routines first, because in order to have a killer morning routine where you're waking up feeling refreshed, ready to go, you need to have your nighttime routine in place first. Let's kind of walk through what a typical night in my life looks like. So my nighttime routine typically starts around 8 p.m. depending on the day. The time that you start your nighttime routine doesn't have to be a specific time. Of course, you want to make sure you're giving yourself enough time to actually wind down before you're going to sleep. So I recommend dedicating an hour, hour and a half. That's usually how long it takes me to run through everything that I need to do. Of course, you want to make sure this makes sense for you. You do not have to do the exact same thing that I'm doing. And I am going to tell you how to structure your routine, so don't worry about that. Very first thing I do is I plug my phone into my bathroom. I make sure that this entire hour before I go to sleep, I'm not on any screens, so no laptops, no phone. This just allows my brain to actually shut down from the day. The blue light that you get from your phone on your laptop, that restrains the production of melatonin. So it makes it really hard to fall asleep if you're staying up on your phone, staying up watching TV, and then shutting it off and immediately trying to go to bed right after. It's gonna make it really difficult for you to fall asleep, and also it's gonna make it harder for you to wake up the next day. Then I do a tidy of my apartment because let's be real, you guys, the last thing that you wanna do in the morning is the dishes from last night. So clean your space. I do my dishes, I wipe down all my counters, I make sure my bathroom is nice and organized and ready to go for me in the morning. It also just feels so much nicer waking up in a clean and organized space versus waking up in a dirty, chaotic environment. After that, I will do anything I can to prep for the next day. So I will lay out my gym fit for the next morning. I'll put that right beside my phone on my bathroom counter. I refill my water bottle and put it in the fridge for the next day. I make sure that my work bag is packed. Anything that I need to prep that's gonna save me some time in the morning, that's what I'll do. Then I always make a peppermint tea. I love peppermint tea. It is something that just genuinely relaxes me. I like sipping it while I'm reading my book, doing the rest of my nighttime routine, so I will make a peppermint tea. And then I go into my skincare. So I do my skincare, gua sha, brush my teeth, the basic hygienic shit. That's the stuff I do next. And once my teeth are brushed, I'm changed, my apartment is clean, then it is time to actually get into bed. So I turn my hatch light to pink. Pink is a really calming color for me. Pinks and reds are really great colors to help you wind down for sleep. My hatch light is a sunrise alarm clock from Amazon. It is 1000% one of the best purchases I've ever made in my life, especially if you're someone who struggles to wake up early in the morning. It basically just mimics a natural sunrise, so it's a lot more of a nicer way to wake up rather than waking up to an alarm. It like brightens your entire room, so I love it, but it also has different sleep settings on it, so you can have your room be different colors. So I always make my room pink because it is a color that genuinely relaxes me. Then I take some lavender spray. I spray that shit all over my bed so it smells nice and fresh. I love the smell of lavender. My whole home usually smells like lavender, and again, another really calming and relaxing thing for me. Then I will get into bed and I will pre-plan what my day tomorrow is going to look like. This is another thing that like completely changed my life. Like I said, I used to be super overwhelmed, very stressed, and I own a business, okay? So I have a million things running through my head every day. This has been like one of the biggest game changers for me. What I do is I pre-plan my whole entire day down to the T. I'm gonna show you guys what I use to do that. So this is the planner I use. It is a quarterly goal planner. I don't really use it to set goals. I just use it because the inside is the exact layout that I want. So it has a space here to plan out your entire day down to the hour. So that's literally what I do. I will plug in any meetings I have, anywhere that I need to be at a specific time, times I'm going to be at the coffee shop, the time I'm going to go to the gym, whatever. I will put that all in here. Then at the top here, I will just make a list of any of my top things that need to get done that day. So I like to call it a power list. These are the things that I need to get done that day, my top priorities. So any notes that I need to remember, any things I need to get done, I will pre-plan it and I will plan my day out literally to the T. Such a game changer. Then all you have to do in the morning is just open it, see where you need to be at what time. I love it. Best hack ever. After that, I go into some kind of journaling technique. I love to do any affirmation work and manifestation work at night because that moment between when you are awake and before you enter sleep, your brain enters into a theta wave state. And in this theta wave state is the best time for you to rewire any thoughts or subconscious beliefs. So any affirmation work, whether that's written affirmations, whether that's doing mirror work is a great mindset practice, and you can also do manifestation in there as well. I do mirror work almost every day. It's one of my all-time favorites. Then after that, I'll read 10 pages of a book. The book I'm reading right now is The Psychology of Money. I love this book. Basically, he just tells different stories and compares different people from different backgrounds. Kind of what I'm so far is he kind of references how money is energy and how the relationship we have with money is everything. So far, I love it. If you guys do ever need book recommendations, comment down below because I got you. I have so many I can recommend to you. Reading has just become like my new favorite thing as of this year, but I read some really great books. After I've read 10 pages of the book, then usually it's around 9:15, then I will shut my lights off and I'll go to sleep. Now, some of you may have just listened to that and you're thinking, what the fuck? How the hell do you have time to do that in an hour? But I will say this, my apartment's pretty small and I'm a pretty clean person, so normally my tidying my apartment probably takes 10-15 minutes, doesn't take very long. And even though I listed a lot of things, everything I listed takes me like 5 seconds to do. So generally my nighttime routine, if I am just doing my nighttime routine, no distractions, not on my phone, it's done super fast. That is my nighttime routine that I follow every night to set me up for success, to make sure I go to bed in the best mental state possible, feeling good. And now I'm going to teach you how you can structure your own. Let's get into it. How can you make your own nighttime routine? First thing is you want to make time for it. Like I said, I suggest dedicating an hour, maybe an hour and a half, just to make sure that you have enough time to get everything done. And also remember, this is time for you and you only. If you have kids, if you have other things that need to get done before that, then the nighttime routine should start after everyone and every other thing has been dealt with. This is your time. I suggest an hour, hour and a half, of course. Play around, see what makes sense for you, but you're going to have to make time for it. Second thing is also make sure that it makes sense for your schedule. Make sure you're getting enough hours of sleep per night. Make sure that the time you're going to sleep is realistic for your schedule. And for example too, if you are wanting to start this new routine of waking up earlier, you're gonna have to start a new routine of going to bed a little bit earlier. So a good rule of thumb is if you are trying to wake up an hour earlier than you normally would, try going to bed an hour earlier than you normally would and starting that nighttime routine an hour before you're gonna go to sleep. You also want to make sure you're doing a hard stop. We're not binging Netflix, we're not scrolling TikTok, we're not on our laptops, we're not watching TV. Plug your phone in, put it away, pack your laptop in your bag for work tomorrow, and give yourself a full hour to allow your brain to shut down for sleep. Now, when it comes to what you're going to include within that hour, there's 4 things that you want to include to have a successful nighttime routine. First one is the basic hygiene shit, okay? This is non-negotiable. You better be brushing your damn teeth every night before you go to bed. We don't need to talk about that. It's non-negotiable, okay? So whatever this looks like for you, this could be maybe you do a night shower before you go to sleep, brushing your teeth, washing your face, doing your skincare, gua sha, whatever that looks like for you. You want to include the basic hygiene. Second thing you want to include is anything that you can do to set yourself up for success tomorrow. So like I mentioned, I like to pre-plan my day. I lay out my gym outfit. I also pre-fill my water bottle. Maybe this could look like packing your lunch, packing the kids' lunch, tidying up your space. If you have a bigger home, maybe just tidying up the spaces that you typically use in the morning so they are nice and fresh and organized, like your kitchen, your bathroom that you get ready in, your bedroom. This could be pre-packing your work bag. Third thing is you want to include something for your mindset. So like I said, mirror work, journaling techniques, whether that's doing affirmations, gratitude journaling, nighttime meditations are awesome. They are a great way to get ready for sleep. And fourth, you want to include things, of course, that actually make you feel relaxed. So like I mentioned in my nighttime routine, I do the lavender spray, I make myself a tea, I set my hatch light to pink. You want to do things that are actually going to help you wind down and get relaxed for sleep. So whatever that may look like for you, this could be a bath, this could be a shower, this could be going on an evening walk, doing an evening yoga flow. What are things that are going to genuinely help you feel relaxed and wind down for sleep? And trust me, once you guys actually put this nighttime routine in place, this is going to be your all-time favorite part of your day. It's my all-time favorite part of my day. It has me feeling so relaxed. I'm taking care of the relationship with myself. I fucking love nighttime routines. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you know my obsession with morning and nighttime routines, but the nighttime routine especially. But now that you have a killer nighttime routine in place, that morning routine is going to be a walk in the park. So if you want to learn how to structure your morning routine, make sure to come back here December 25th.